everyone. We're so happy that you're here. I'm Dr. Maureen Boney, and I'm here with my soul sister and friend, Whitney Freya. And we are giving you the top 10 ideas that you need to be aware of when you are on your evolutionary path. And today we're going to talk about intuition. Big, juicy.
So I'm going to assume, because I want to start at the very beginning, right? Like I'm going to assume that maybe you don't have a really deep relationship with your intuition. What I know for sure is that you have a deeper relationship that you are going to be able to develop with your intuition, and you are going to love it. This, for me, is like where the magic happens. This is where the rubber meets the road. And here's a simple question that I'm going to ask you. And if you answer yes, then you know you might want to even get out a notebook and take notes on the rest of the video. So, would you like to get instant answers, insight, wisdom into your business, into how to get through to your child, how to attract your soulmate? Anything that you would really love, just like the genie. Like if you'd rubbed the genie bottle and the genie popped out and said, you can ask me one question, anything you want to know, and I will tell you exactly the perfect answer. Okay? So your intuition is the genie. You are the bottle. Okay? And it's right brain stuff. So imagine like rubbing the right brain like the genie bottle and summoning in your intuition. You don't have to read a book, you don't have to study, you don't have to have a degree, you don't have to have a certification. Your intuition is free, available to you at any time, and you're drawing on like an infinite library that it can be like you've read it in a moment when you learn to follow your intuition. So if that interests you, you want to keep watching. So here's my first like exercise for you, like way to test it, okay? And I remember doing this years ago for the first time, and it was very revealing. So the next time, say you're driving in the car, like you're in the shower, you're doing something totally unrelated to this person that suddenly crosses your mind, right? It could be an old childhood friend, it could be someone you just saw yesterday, it could be a friend you haven't seen in a while, but you weren't sitting there thinking about like soccer and their kid goes to soccer and so you thought of them. This is just all of a sudden, like I thought Tiffany. I was driving down the road and I'm like, Tiffany. So I called her. So here's what I want you to do. The next time somebody randomly, no such thing, crosses your mind, I want you to call them or email them or Facebook them or tweet them or however you communicate. But reach out to them and say, you just crossed my mind, so I wanted to reach out to you and see if you wanted to talk or chat and see what comes up, because I bet they really needed you to reach out to them at that point. So that's the first little intuitive exercise.
I love it. I love how practical it is. And sometimes people feel like they need to learn how to exercise or use their intuition, but everyone has it. It's available to you. It's that place where you know, without having learned anything, you know exactly what to do and how to do it, and trust it. Because sometimes we have those insights and then we think, oh, it's too simple. So that's my second advice. Trust it. Just go with it and see what happens.
Okay, here's another practical thing that I've been doing lately. And there was something that, so when we were in Brazil, well, she had already left, but I was in Brazil, and I went to put my cell phone in my bag, and my bag has these two zippers, and I almost always put my phone in the big zipper pocket, not the smaller zipper. But I had a water bottle in the big one, which I don't normally, so I went and put my phone in the smaller pocket. And I thought to myself, this is intuition coming through. It was like my intuition was saying, are you sure you want to put it in that pocket? Because you don't normally put it there. And I had this sense of like, I'm feel like there's a reason not to put it in the small pocket, but I'm like,
That's
it's
the
just
only pocket
big pocket
I
or little
have.
pocket or whatever. So I put it in that pocket. About 2 hours later, the bag slipped out of my hand. It dropped. The water bottle dropped on top of the phone because it was in the smaller pocket and shattered the screen. And I was like, I totally knew that. Last night when I was uncorking the bottle of wine, and I had this like image that the bottle was going to slip and I was going to break one of the glasses because we had just water glasses on the counter. So I'm like, I know. If that comes to mind, that means move the glasses.
Yeah.
Right? So these are all the little ways your intuition speaks to you, and you can take action in that regard, and then you will grow and grow to trust more and more and more your intuition.
Yeah.
If you're talking to someone, say you're talking to a friend, right, who's like, maybe she's sad about something or just in a state, and a story comes to mind, or a metaphor comes to mind, or analogy comes to mind, you can say, hey, the story is coming to mind. Do you mind if I share it? And I guarantee you, they'll be like, I can't believe, like my grandmother used to tell me that story, or I just was looking at that, or any of those things. So that's another way your intuition can help you very practically, and you can get to know the voice.
Yeah.
Right?
I think another tip I want to tell everyone is that when you listen to your intuition, you feel good. It's when you have something you have to do, and you have two choices. Your left brain is like, do step 1 and then step 2 and then step 3, and it feels like work and it's just hard. And then your intuition is like, you can just go from step 1 to step 10 or whatever, and it's like, oh, I want to do that. When you follow your intuition, it feels good, it's easy, it flows. So that's another way you can verify that, okay, this is really coming from my intuition. I don't know if you want to like add a little bit.
Right, so we mentioned in the Law of Attraction video about the book, The Law of Attraction by Abraham Hicks. And that talks about how your feelings and how you feel in your body. Deepak Chopra talks about this. I mean, everybody talks about this. But you can ask yourself a question. Should I go on the trip or not? Should I take this workshop or not?
Yeah.
And you imagine into going and taking the workshop and see how you feel. And what they say in the Law of Attraction book is that, your higher self, your soul, will send you a feeling to let you know if that's a direction to go or not.
Yeah.
So you can imagine going to the workshop and feel into it, see how it feels, and then imagine not going to the workshop and feel how that feels.
And that's important, both situations.
Or say you say yes to something and you're kind of thinking, I don't really want to do it, but I should do it. Remember?
Ooh, should.
Remember, we've already advised, eliminate should and have to and need from your vocabulary. So, but I should go do that. But if you feel like that tightness in your chest
or your belly,
you don't feel good about it, or even on the way there, like please honor that feeling, because that feeling is coming from a pure, truer place. It's not your ego. Remember, left brain is ego, thinking mind, trying to protect you, trying to make you look good. Your ego really wants you to look good. The place your intuition is coming from has nothing but truth. It's all love. It's all true. You're perfect. You're miraculous. You're divine. It's got nothing to prove. So if it's sending you negative feelings around something, trust it. Or just wait.
A little bit. Yay. I love that.
So you've got your logical mind and your intuitive mind. Left brain, right brain. Your logical mind can only draw on the experiences you've had up until now, the books you've read, the people you've met, the things you've learned. Your intuitive mind, your right brain, is there to receive everything new.
Yes.
So there are times where it's very, like we were doing iMovie last night, and I'm like, oh, let me show you, because I've been doing it longer. So I was showing Marie, that was my left brain in action. Like, I got this. I've already learned it. I know the steps,
Yeah.
so I can teach her quickly.
Yeah.
That is perfect left brain. We need it.
Yeah.
And so this whole video series was a total intuitive hit. It was all of a sudden, it was like,
Ooh.
let's
we should do that.
Yeah. Let's do
no,
top
not
10.
should, but
Right. Let's do top 10. Like, it was like it was already done. It
Yeah.
felt familiar.
yeah.
So we're doing it. It was not on the agenda.
Yeah.
Actually, this whole weekend was not on the agenda.
No.
We were supposed to go to a training, and then intuitively, it was like, we're not feeling it. we
No,
don't
we
want to
just-
go.
Yeah.
I'd already paid $500 for a room. We paid a lot for the training, and it was just like,
We didn't feel it. We just felt it was like tired and your whole
it's like we
body.
have to go. We should
and,
go.
and then later we learned that the trainer wasn't even there.
She was sick, so
Yeah. And I want to add something really quick. The thing about the left brain and the experiences you've already had, that is a limitation in itself. The intuitive mind brings information from millennia, from the world, from the universe, from things you don't know. And that means that you have much more information. You can go to the highest potential. It's all about potential. And if you already know it, then it's not potential. You're stuck in this one place. So it's something to consider.
awesome. So get excited to put your magic cap on and get out your magic wand and experience your intuition in action. You'll break fewer things, you'll make more friends, you'll have better ideas, and spend your time doing more of what you love and what is coming from your heart and your soul than getting pulled off your center and doing things that you should do.
Yeah. And you will feel really, really, really good. We love you.
Thank you for subscribing to our channel, and get
Yay.
excited for number 10
Number 10
coming up
soon.
next.
Mwah.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.